such bad, dry, mouthy grossness. Okay, so basically, like, okay, so here, actually, so basically, the last couple of weeks, I think, I don't actually know anymore, my brain is really fuzzing up the dates and the days, but I think the thing was last week. Okay, so, like, last week, there was, a trades, oh, okay, yeah, here, I remember, it's good, I remember it. Okay, so last week, we had an open house at our school, and so he's technically in the same school as me, but he's in, like, the program that he's in, which is, like, a cooking thing or something, is, like, actually they had to host it at a different school, so he's not technically, he's at my school, but he's not technically, or he's in my school, but he's not technically at my school, so for this weird, like, open house thing, they had a barbecue, so he and his class actually came to cook for the school, and I was super excited, and, so I got to see him, and I got to talk to him, and I was, like, really, really happy, because he just makes me, like, really happy, like, when because I panic at school a lot, and so if I'm, like, about to cry, if he texts me, or if I'm texting him, or whatever, he could just be like, hey, what's up, and I just feel instant relief that I have him to talk to, like, even if he doesn't, like, even if he's not, like, oh, hey, don't cry, blah, 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 like, even if he doesn't do that, like, he just makes me really happy, and so I was really excited that he was there, and, I got to talk to him and whatever, and it was pretty bad though, because, because now that I'm kind of, like, less oblivious, and I'm like, wow, I think I like him, maybe, I get really weird and quiet and nervous and weird, and, oh, and I get really weird if I'm in, like, big crowded I get claustrophobic in crowded situations. It doesn't even have to be a crowded room, but if there's too many people in a situation, like, dry mouth, how do I explain that? Like, if you're having a conversation, and then there's, like, 10 people in this conversation, that makes me uncomfortable. I could be in a room with, like, 30 people, like, I could literally be in a closet with 30 people, and that wouldn't make me uncomfortable. But if it was, like, we were all, like, trying to converse and talk about something, it makes me uncomfortable, or, like, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, in a situation I get claustrophobic, which is weird. So I was, I'm gonna throw up. I feel so, every time I move, why do I keep looking places? Because that's making me nauseous. I need to stop moving, ever. Okay, so, he was at this, like, thing, right? And it was really cool, because he, like, came to talk to me, and chat with me, and he made me feel really happy, even though I was really panicking, because there was, like, tours and stuff like this, and we had to, like, work on mannequins and stuff. By the way, I'm in a hairdressing thing, if no one actually knew that, and I don't know if I've said it before or not, but, and so, it was, like, I was really excited, because I got to, like, hang out with him a bit, and talk to him, but it was, like, bad, too, because, you know, the whole time, I kept, like, disregarding my work, and I would, like, walk through the hallways to see if I could bump into him or see him or talk to him or whatever, and so I would, like, continue drinking water and going out there and whatever. Wow, I literally turn into a fucking puppy if I like people. Oh my god, I need to not do that. I need to stop. Anyways, so, but I was getting really annoyed because my friend in my class got to meet him, and, like, she was just like, oh, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, you know that feeling you get when you can just tell that someone's trying to butt in and, like, take over and steal your friend feeling? Like, she was just like, oh, I'm gonna go say hi to him, or, hey, look, there's Kane. I don't want to say names. I didn't mean to say anything. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, she was basically like, yeah, there's the kid, and oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Wow, I'm just really fucking pathetic. I'm sorry. Anyways, so basically, yeah, she kept like, hey, I'm gonna go say hi to him, or there he is, or I'm gonna go, whatever, right? And I was literally, like, internally screaming, like, that's my friend, please stop. And she did it to me before, because actually my one friend's friend, I ended up meeting him, because he wanted to go to the store, and then he was like, hey, you come, and I was like, okay, and then he was like, yeah, but this friend's driving, and I was like, yeah, sure, so I met this friend, and then I this friend was like, whoa, you're really cute. And I was like, you're fucking nutty, because I'm not really that cute. And then, so anyways, basically he was like, oh, give me your phone. And then I texted him or whatever. And so I had his number and I was texting his friend. And then, I was like, whoa, I'm socializing, I'm making friends. And I thought that was really cool. And then, so my friend, the girl from my class, well, she ended up being like, whoa, I know him, I'm gonna text him too. So she ended up texting this new friend of mine. And then basically it took my thunder away and it took away my spotlight, and so he kind of dwindled and stopped texting me because, you know, like, if you meet too many new people, it's hard to focus, you know, you focus on certain people. And obviously she's like way more attractive than me. I mean, I still get really confused trying to compare myself to people because, I mean, I'm like, well, I am he, and I prefer he, him, his, whatever. Like, I'm boy, but at the same time, I'm like, I am boy, but this is my boy body, and so even though I have boob-ish, which I don't really, you know, and I have a vagina, but it's like, but I'm still like, wow, I am he, and so it's like, in my brain, I'm like, I still compare myself to I compare myself to everyone, basically. I mean, that's just a thing that I do in anxiety or whatever. Like, I mean, a lot of people compare themselves to other people. That's just a normal thing, but you know what I mean? Like, but, and then in my brain, I don't know how to connect that because I'm like, well, obviously she is better than me. I mean, she has bigger boobs and people like her, and you know what I mean? But it's kind of like a weird, it's still a really weird thing for me to figure out. But I mean, I think that that's normal to me. But then I'm like, wow, how do other people, that doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? But anyways, but yeah, so basically, obviously, he would be more interested in her because, yeah, she has, like, bigger boobs, and she's prettier, and she's more attractive, and she's just, you know, I mean, she's my friend, she is great, but, you know, it steals the thunder away from me, and no one notices me, and I feel really small, and so I hated that because she was kind of doing that to my friend that is my friend that I've had for a while. And I like him a lot, and I just couldn't, I hated that because I just felt really small, and I was like, well, obviously, everyone's gonna think she's better than me, you know, and, yeah, so I was getting kind of jealous about that, I guess, or maybe, like, anxious, about that I would just disappear, and I always feel like I'm disappearing, and I always feel like I'm disappearing, about everything, actually, like, even the gender thing, I feel like I'm disappearing, and it fucking sucks, but anyways, so, yeah, so, it was just being really weird, that whole time, but that day was pretty decent, and then, like, the day after, actually was pretty, like, the last weekend was actually pretty bad, which kind of started the whole, like, really weird now thing that's going on. Is okay, so last weekend, right, so on that was on the Wednesday, and then on Thursday I actually had to go to this function for my class where we went and did haircuts for like the less fortunate is what my class likes to say, but it's kind of like the middle class. It was like a career fair also, right at this like church, and it was supposed to be for like the middle class people or like homeless people or something, like that's what my class usually calls it, and I was just kind of like, which made me get really offended, or like, yeah, something like that, because basically, so I was like really excited to go because, you know, honestly, if I wasn't there for this haircutting thing, I probably would have gone with my mom. Anyways, so my mom had also come because she dropped me off and she didn't want to go home, right, because, I mean, it was like 3 hours we were going to be there, and, well, honestly, she doesn't really have money for gas, and I wouldn't want her to leave because this is an outing for her, too, and it was pretty cool, and, she got to talk to a lot of cool people, too, which is really nice for me and my mom, right, and, so my class was pretty much just, like, they were, like, because, like, okay, there was a book guy, and he had books for, like, the public library, so they were donated books, but they were all brand new, like, it was a funded kind of thing, and I was really excited, and he was like, yeah, everyone gets, like, one book, and I was like, oh my god, super excited, and I was like, oh my gosh, can I have this book, and it's actually, like, some vampire survival guide of hell, of, like, demons and stuff. It was, I don't know, it was really cool. I haven't read it yet. But I was really excited, and then I told one of my classmates, I was like, whoa, do you like reading? Like, if you want, go out there and get a book. And then someone was like, actually, like, that's for less fortunate. I literally, like, looked her straight up and down, and I was like, bitch, please, I am the less fortunate. Like, And I was like, you see this? I don't give a fuck. I like books. Fuck you. Like, I don't even know. She was basically just like, and I was like, wow, you're rude. It was so bad. So that kind of was like not a fun thing. Anyways, and then my friend was like, I was texting my friend and I was like really excited. And he was like, hey, like, are you gonna come play with me today? And I was like, yeah, I am. And then we hung out and I was just being weirder than I I get really weird, and I kind of like, once I realize that I like people, I notice I tease them. I don't do it on purpose, but I get really like sadistic or whatever, because I really like teasing the people I like, but I don't do it on purpose, which is weird because usually I'm actually like a very like masochist, and you know, honestly, I don't care how you people say that. I think those two sound legitimately normal saying it like that. I hate when people say sadist and masochist, because I'm just like, that just sounds like the dumbest fucking words I've ever heard. Whatever. Anyways, right? So this is, I get really, really topsy-turvy and twisted and turned around when it comes to people that I realize I like them kind of idea. So I just was like teasing him basically a lot while we were hanging out, and I was also panicking, and I was like in a weird mood, but in like a weird fluffy mood, and it doesn't help that my tail has been like broken. Yeah, I do. I wear a tail. It's just whatever. It's just get over it, because I'm a kitty, which is, wow, it's cringy as fuck. Oh my god, stop. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, anyways, right, so my tail's been broken. I mean, I fixed it now because I was like, wow. So, basically, it was really bad, and I was being, like, really, like, bleh, and I was, like, teasing him and whatever, and I convinced him that we should go buy a 4-liter bucket of ice cream and eat it, which was pretty fun. And then, so what happened was he got a call from the friend that I know, and the friend was like, hey, what are you doing, like, Saturday or whatever, let's go to the lake. And then my friend was like, oh yeah, dude, let's do it. And then like 20 minutes later, he was just like, oh, hey, by the way, do you want to go to the lake or go swimming or whatever? And I was like, yeah, that actually sounds like super cool. So then he added me in a group chat, and by the way, like, me, panicky, super anxious, super anxiety, I don't like inserting myself in other people's situations, so I freak out, and I just am like, oh no, what do I do, who do I talk to, and then it was worse because there was like 15 people in this group, and I didn't know any of them other than those 2 people, and then they were like, oh yeah, so who's driving, who's gonna be in which vehicle, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, and so I was just like freaking the fuck, like I was panicking, freaking out. Oh, and then, okay, so, and then, wow, just being like a total shithead also. Okay, so, yeah, so I was just panicking about that, because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, don't know anything, and, yeah, so I just felt like shit. I didn't know what to do, but I really wanted to go, and I wanted to hang out with my friend, like really, really badly, because I was actually really excited, and it also makes me sound like trash to say I was like really excited to be in a bathing suit around him, but anyways, yeah, that was the thought that was going through my head. So anyways, so after eating like a bunch of really bad ice cream and just having like a tummy ache, even though it was really fun, I walked with him up to his work, and then we bumped into other people, and, I know both of the people we bumped into, right? Like, me and my friend slept over at their house, because the 2 people that we bumped into were roommates. Well, we slept over at their house, which is also another really, really bad story, because, by the way, it was basically, like, me being anxious, fucked up, like, piece of shit, right? Well, okay, so my friend was basically, hey, I'm gonna kidnap you, and we're gonna go to this house, right? Because he was trying to make me feel better, because I was having a panic attack being around my family, and we went, like, it was like 10 o'clock, we were like walking to this house. I didn't know where we were going. My friend, right, starts making rape jokes while we were like walking through the back of a fucking school in the pitch dark, by the way, which doesn't make me feel any better, because, hey, guess what, I've actually been raped and all that shit anyway, so hey, let's not talk about that. Okay, so anyways, right, bad. So me, for, like, just, let's just fucking point out the fact that I'm kind of having a fucking panic anxiety attack. Okay, like, I do trust my friend a lot, so I didn't leave his fucking side the whole night, but basically I was being led to a random fucking house all the way across town. I don't know where the house, I didn't know how many people were there. I was literally the only person in the room with a vagina, by the way, there was 6 guys at one point, 6 guys in this house. I'm the only one with a vagina. Like, it's not a fun situation. My mind's already been poisoned by my family, so I'm freaking out, like, holy shit, I'm gonna get fucking gang raped. Thanks. Why would you put the fucking rape joke idea in my head? Like, it's not fun. Not a good time. It was was fucking scared, and by the way, because of my anxiety and like whatever else, and I'm really quiet and I'm shy and I keep it all to myself, kind of, you know, and like, right, I just get weird in situations. Well, oh, I'm gonna have to make another video, because that's fucking fun.